Hello, we're coming to you from Red Hat Summit this week with these guys. We've just come from Matt Hicks and Adesh's keynote with Chris Wright as well, the CTO for the platform. Really trying to position the company to be at that operating model layer for AI. So obviously AI is all about where we are in 2026, and where Red Hat's trying to position itself is how does the company become that operating model? So whether that's from an automation point of view with Ansible, whether that's from an orchestration point of view with OpenShift, or lower down the stack with Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So bunch of announcements coming out this week. What I'm looking for is really how does the company kind of transition from being a layer in the stack, if you will, above the hardware layer and below the apps, to being really a foundational level. Adesh said something in his keynote that stuck out for me: trading independence for convenience. There's a layer in this AI layer cake that's being talked about, is where do you retain control? How do you sort of architect these platforms in order to be both on-prem, air-gapped, multi-cloud? And I think where I see Red Hat and other Kubernetes providers, be that SUSE with Rancher, be that VMware with VCF9 and some of the moves they're making, how do you provide this cross-platform layer? AI is upending the stack. We're seeing GPUs, we're seeing AI factories, we're seeing all of these pieces come through. Where IBM, Freudian slip, where Red Hat is positioning itself is to be that cross-platform orchestration layer. The other thing that's coming through is that orchestration layer driving just containers? Is it driving bare metal? Or is it driving virtual machines? Obviously, with what's going on in the market right now, with the VMware transition that a lot of customers are considering, Red Hat's trying to position itself to be that multi-model, operating model, not large language, multi-model orchestration layer. So what they're trying to position for is, regardless of whether it's bare metal, whether it's a container, whether it's a virtual machine, they're positioning that you can run that on OpenShift virtualization and some of the Red Hat virtualization technology. We heard this similar message from the guys at Nutanix when I was with those guys at .next a few weeks back. So I think there's really a lot to unpack there. Things I'm going to be looking out for, we're day one, we're halfway through the day. Things I'm going to be looking out for is detail around customer signal for that virtual machine migration. Lots of people are saying they want to do it. Are we actually seeing use cases? Red Hat's in about 4,000 to 5,000 of the biggest customers in the world, so they've got a sample size. Are we seeing that transition actually happening? So as I look at this event, there's a few key things. We've got to see, are they making traction and being that orchestration layer for AI? Are we starting to see traction for virtual machines? And then give me directional insight of what we're seeing for Ansible and the automation piece. I've got a session at 1 o'clock today to drive into automation. I've just been with the Splunk guys on the Cisco booth, understanding what they're doing. There's a piece there for me around agentic operations and what's happening in that space. So going to be looking for people, are they using those runbooks agentically driven? I think we're going to get to headless systems where we're not in dashboards, we're not building runbooks. Those are being called agentically. So is that going to happen? Where are we? We're going to see that curve happen with cloud native businesses, but then we're going to also see it play into it regulated and some of those banking, telco, healthcare use cases. That's going to take time. Chatting to the Cisco guys a few minutes ago, we're turning that dial on automation. So I'm going to be looking out for signal from that, from the Ansible guys. Check our research notes. There's a lot going on this week. It's a pretty big conference, so check back. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.